welcome to this update video. I trust and hope you're doing really amazing today, and we're going to be talking about what is happening in the North Atlantic. So we've got Joyce, which has recently dissipated, so the remnants of it are out there, and there's Tropical Storm Kirk, which is going to strengthen and is likely to become a major hurricane out there. Fortunately, not going to be heading west to the Caribbean or to the United States, so a curve is expected in the track of it, and there's that next area behind it, Invest 91L. So that one is given a high formation chance, hence the reason it is highlighted in red, and then we have that next area in the southwestern Caribbean. So we're going to be taking a look at these systems, and let's go ahead and switch to the satellite imagery. All right, and here we can see that we have the remnants of Joyce. So you can see that blob associated, and there is Kirk out there, and then that convection associated with that next tropical disturbance. Now, as we take a look in the Caribbean at a closer view, we can see, if you look very closely, there's a bit of cyclonic rotation. There's an upper level low in the region, so that is helping out to enhance some showers and thunderstorms. So with that pattern, there could be some periods of some heavy rain in parts of Jamaica, and it is really going to be helping out with increasing the moisture and instability in the western Caribbean. So you've got a disturbance there. Now, it's important to know the formation chance was once at 50%, and it's been down to 40% for some time now. So we'll see what eventually happens with it. It's kind of just loitering around, and we're not seeing like a whole lot of shower and thunderstorm activity being sustained, but models are still anticipating that we're going to see some development over the course of the next couple of days. Elsewhere in the Caribbean, not experiencing too much. It should be a pretty sunny morning, but as we head throughout the day, this is a look at the rainfall forecast. So we see that the West Caribbean and Central America are pretty colorful, indicating that there's likely to be some periods of heavy rain around, especially for Central America. So for parts of Mexico, Belize, the Keys, Guatemala, also for the Bay Islands of Honduras, as well as El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. So within some areas, there's likely to be some periods of heavy rain today. Also, same story for San Andres and Providencia. As we head to the vicinity of the Cayman Islands, parts of Jamaica, Cuba, there could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Heavy downpours possible at times. Similar thing for parts of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. Some spots in Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands may also experience some rainfall activity, and there could be some periods of some downpours across parts of the Lesser Antilles. So Anguilla through Trinidad and Tobago, there could be some rainfall around, but major rainfall is not anticipated today. So there's nothing major in the area right now to induce a lot of heavy rain. And then for the ABC Islands, today is likely to be a pretty sunny day, so not seeing where much is anticipated at all for the region. Northern South America, parts of Colombia, Venezuela, and even Guyana and Suriname, there could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms around, not at all guaranteed for everywhere within those countries. Okay, now we're moving back to our systems. So Joyce is dissipating out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cone forecast for Kirk. So here we've got it, and we can see, so Kirk is currently a tropical storm with maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, and it is accelerating to the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour. Now, as I mentioned, there is going to be that curve in the track of the system, and it is not expected to be a threat to land. Now, later this week, as Kirk strengthens, it could peak at a major hurricane, maybe very close to Cat 4 intensity. So we can see that's M. So by Thursday is when it's going to arrive at major hurricane status, and it should remain a major hurricane through the weekend. Again, the good news, it is not going to be a direct threat to land. However, it could be generating some really rough seas out there, which could impact areas such as Bermuda, for example, especially being a very large and powerful hurricane. And we can see here that models pretty much agree in terms of the intensity. For the model intensity guidance here, we can see that many models are showing that we could definitely see Kirk becoming a Cat 3 or Cat 4 hurricane as we head into the next couple of days. Next, we've got Invest 91L. We can see it, 90% formation chance during the course of the next 7 days, 60% for the next 2 days. So as we're going to be heading into later this week, it is likely that we will see this disturbance acquiring tropical storm status. Now, the next name on the list for the season is Leslie. So this is probably future Leslie that we're looking at right now, and it should move west for a while, but then a curve is expected. Again, we don't have a dominant area of high pressure. A dominant high pushes more of these storms to the west, and that is when they may become a problem for the Caribbean, but it's not so dominant right now. Hence, 91L will have the opportunity to make a curve up to the northwest or the west-northwest. So it's going to move west for the next day or two, and then it should start moving to the west-northwest or northwest between the next 3 to 4 days. So that is likely to be the eventual track of the system. And as it pertains to the system in the Caribbean, as I mentioned earlier, 40% chance of formation. It's been loitering there for a while. Let's see if it will really get itself together and if the environment is going to support it to actually become something. But once it moves into the Gulf, models are still pretty much adamant on some level of development of these systems. So we'll see if these trends continue, and we'll see overall what happens with the disturbance. Now, going on to the ensemble members for Euro. This goes out to Thursday of next week, the 10th of October. Now, the Euro members are, we still have a couple of them taking the current disturbance, that's Invest 91L, eventually making a close approach to the Caribbean. So we still have that little trend. We've been seeing that for a while now on the ensemble. So some members have been taking the system close. But as I said, a curve is pretty much likely. Then we see that next set of members, those L's, for something else to come off of Africa, another tropical wave around that time. And then we can see these being all over the place for the current Caribbean disturbance. So that could become a tropical storm in the Gulf. Who knows, maybe a hurricane, and then it may make its way off to the east, potentially affecting the eastern Gulf Coast. So we'll see how that goes as well, but there is some variation in terms of the potential intensity and even the track of the system. So we'll see what happens with it. And then as for the GFS, though, GFS is definitely fully keeping the main development region systems offshore, not showing that they're going to be affecting land. And we can see the members also being all over the place with that Caribbean system to move into the Gulf. So there is quite a bit of possibilities on the table at this time, guys. And of course, I'm here to keep you posted on a daily basis so that you're always up to speed with what is going on out there. And essentially, that is what I wanted to share with you in this update video. So again, we've got 2 disturbances. Joyce has dissipated, and there's Tropical Storm Kirk, which is likely to become a major hurricane. Not going to be a direct threat to land over the course of the next several days as it strengthens out there in the Atlantic. And I do hope you found this update video to be informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.